Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Christmas week special. We doing the same thing that we always do. We come into the market, we trade our plan, we use proper risk management, and we stay consistent. Do we win every single trade? Absolutely not. And I even took a loss on one of my trades today, and I'm going to show you exactly where I took it. I did call it, but we were still able to navigate the market. So today, ended up making about $550, all within the first 30 to 45 minutes. So another blessed day, another opportunity to make an impact. And let me know what you think of the money green hoodie here, right? Thought it was nice for Christmas, so I had to wear it and stream it this week. Got some merch hats coming, excited for that. But anyway, stay tuned because we're going to start streaming a little bit longer, just so you guys can kind of see I'm playing with the layout, how I want to show you guys what we do. And hey, in 26, I want us all to make more so that we can bless more. The purpose of today's call is simply this. I want to show you why I called out some of the trades that I did in a live market so that you can compare your entries with mine here in the morning, and you go about your day. So it's a great opportunity to build confidence, see how we do this, and then coming into tomorrow, you get to watch what we do. Before we get started, do me a favor. Comment in the comments where you're watching this from. Love to see where everybody's at. So first chart, right? I trade stock options and futures on the day trading side. I'm going to show you how I day trade, swing trade, and invest. And we're going to keep the train trucking. So here where the stars at on the screen. Yeah, you can see that, right? Yeah, perfect. Awesome. So check it out. Today, real simple pattern. If one of our candles are red and we hit a pivot like right here, we want to take a breakdown. If one of our candles are red, we hit a pivot, we want to take a breakdown. If our candles are green and we hit a pivot, we want to take a breakout. Right there, I just shown you a couple trades that we did take, but see how I orchestrate this coming into the market. I have no idea what the market's going to do. The market doesn't endorse me to say how I trade or anything like that. Solely do it here with the team because I like trading as a group, right? So check it out. Our candles are green right here. This last bar hit the pivot. I told the team it's super aggressive trade, but we could take a breakout right here, right? What happened? The first 2-minute bar broke this point, 23.50, hit a high of basically 20. What did it say? 27.50. That right there is 4 ES points, right? And could you have gotten 100 or 200 bucks off that trade? Yup. You would actually got 200 bucks if you held it to the very, very tippy top. You're never going to hold it to the top, but you could have got a piece of that move. So therefore, there's one winning trade, right? Typically what happens is I like ES to go 2 or 3 points in my favor, and then I go back to break even and just let the trade play out, you know? I don't get grand slams all the time. Sometimes they happen, but I go for the singles and doubles and continue to push. So then the market come down, the candles turn red. I end up taking a breakdown right here, and it went from 13.75 down here to 11.50. There was 2 points. Ended up getting stopped out at a break even right there. Nothing that I could do, but hey, followed the plan. And then we started melting on up right here. Want to take a breakout. Never happened. Want to take a breakout. Never happened. Then we had this unique situation. We went from green to red right here. I called out a breakdown right there. And boom, there we got our winning trade. So at that point, I was pretty much done on the day. Had you have taken another trade, you could have taken this trade right there, and you would have got stopped out for a loser. You would have taken this trade right there, got all your money back. You would have taken your trade right there. You would have taken another trade right there, and had you have kept on trading, you would have been real happy. But to me, I went 2 wins and a break even on ES today because my goal is to get all the new folks green and on their day in the first 30 to 45 minutes of the day, right? So the next trade we have right here, where the star's at now, this is NQ futures. The same exact thing that happened. Want to take a breakout right here. And what happened was we went from 84 up here to 90, 95, 96. Was really like 83, but it broke out right there. And I ended up taking a break even on this one. Might have got 1 or 2 points on this one because once I go 10 NQ points, my position puts me into a risk-free trade, brings my entry back to break even. Then you can see the candles went from green to red, took this breakout right there, and that's where I made some money. As you can see, we went from 715 down here to basically 680. That right there is 80. That's what, 35 NQ points. Could you've got a piece of that? I ended up getting about 14 NQ points off that trade. Then price came back up, came down. We took another pivot right here, and this thing would have stopped you out. 82 down here to 70 or 71. There was 11 NQ points. Another break-even trade. And then this right here is the trade that I took a loss on. I took this breakdown right here. It went 7 points, and I ended up exiting it out right there. So I took a loss, you know. Then it countered, come back over here. I called out the breakdown right there and got stopped out. Right down here, as you can see, went from 713 to 96, almost 20 NQ points. Got stopped out on this little push back to the upside. You were good. Then you got another breakdown right here. Gave you your 10 points for a break even. You got a breakdown, and here's where you got the flush. Then you got another trade right here if you're still trading. There was your risk-free opportunity. Today's a little bit more difficult with the lower volume. It's expected, but we're still finished green, right? And that's the power of trading. We don't never know what's going to happen. We trade the probability. Then you come over here to our CL chart, and we are stuck between our pivots, and you don't even get a single trade on this. There's other techniques we use in the room. We have a green candle, green arrow, green candle, green arrow, red candle. You got a go from green to red. So there's other techniques that we do use, and we did take that. But on today's call, I'm just keeping it simple and sharing with you the couple patterns that we do use. Now, if you trade stock options, don't worry, because guess what? We called out Tesla, a breakout right here. Bam! You bought one contract for $500 or $600. That's a couple $100 right there. That is easy money. This happens not every single day, but almost every single day. Same plan, same setup, over and over and over and over and over again. So, a lot of people were done with Tesla in the first 30 minutes today. As you can see, well deserved. And then we come over to this chart right here. You can see this right here. We had a put strike down here at 68.12. We took like the 68.15s. That strike had a high probability to go 50 to 100% ROI. Took a short trade right here. It went down and then came back up. Went back down, came back up, went back down. Here you would have got about your 60 or 70% ROI trade. A lot of people took some profits right here. But as you can see, we kind of are not really making any huge moves, and we are at a huge level right here. We're pinching. If we do break this and close underneath, then we're probably going to get some more downside movement on SPX. So we call this our XPX Lotto. We're on a 5-day win streak, looking for those singles and doubles, and that's what grows your account. When you take profits, that's what grows your account, right? If you don't take profits and you're shooting for the Grand Slam, days like today, you want puts, then you get wrecked. You take calls, then you get wrecked. So that's why I don't trade for the Grand Slam. I trade for the singles and doubles because they add up over time. Now, we're going to go to SPY. Let's just say you don't day trade, right? You swing trade. We're going to come in here to our 1-day time frame. I'm going to zoom back out, and I'm going to show you a simple technique and pattern that we do use inside of our group, right? And here it is. A simple pattern that even a middle schooler could get. Green candle, green arrow. On this candle, do we get expansion over the next couple days? Absolutely we do, right? But you don't win every single trade, because if you come over here and you see the probability says 86%, that does not say 100%. You must use risk management. So I'm going to show you how powerful this is with just this one technique. We have multiple techniques inside of our mastermind. We have selling techniques. We got breakouts. We got momentum swings. We got this one I'm sharing with you right here. Very powerful, right? But none of them are as powerful if you can't stay consistent and use risk management. So guess what? Here's one trade that goes in expansion. There's a winner. There's a second trade. Third trade, 3-0. This one, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, 8-1, 9-1, 10-1, 11-1. 11-2, 12-2, 13-2, 14-2, 15 and 2. We talked about this on Friday. If you remember the recap, check it out. We just gapped up. We would have got in towards the end of the day at 680. We're up here at 684. So what did we just say? 12 and 2, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 4 and 1, 5 and 1, 6 and 1, 7 and 1, 8 and 1, 9, 10, 11 and 1, 11 and 2, 12 and 2, 13 and 2, 14 and 2, 15 and 2. I'm sorry. 15 and 2, right? I'm a visual guy, so we're going to bring the calculator up. 15 divided by 17 total trades, right? Divided by 17 total trades, 88% win rate. What's our probability? 86. So we're a little bit higher than our probability. That's okay. If you didn't take profits on this trade because it only moved $2, instead of being, 17 and 2, let me see what the history says. 17 and 2, let's just be, we'd be 16 and 3. So 16 divided by 19, guess what? 84% right there at our probability. That's a fair assessment. Yeah, but in the end, guess what? You're profitable, and that's all that matters. So with that being said, that is how we can swing trade. Now, how do we invest? We take the same tools, right, and we put this on a weekly time frame. Now, what you're going to see right here is I'm going to scroll back, and we're going to look at maybe the course over, 2 years or 3 years, right? 4 years, give or take. Every time we get a buy, I'm looking to put money into the market. We have a buy here, we have a buy here. But then when you get a whole bunch of buys over here, if I'm already in, I'm not as concerned about it, right? I'm really looking for, I mean, you could take them. It's great buys. They're all right here. And you're in profits. You're up, give or take about 10% ROI. Plus you're collecting a dividend. So you could take that. But for simple purposes, let's say you have $1,000 and you put in $1,000 down here because every 4 of these bubbles, there's 5, there's 10, there's 15, there's 20, there's 25, maybe 20%. We'll just say 4%. That is still very, very powerful, right? So check this out. You put 1K in right here, right? 1K, and your average price is at $40. Guess what? Up here at $80 right here, $80, your 1K is worth 2K, right? And then up here at 110, right? 105, that's almost another 1K. But let's just say what I like to do is I like to do this right here. I buy in 1K, and once I'm in profits, you could take profits. Even if your 1K was at 1,500 right there, you could still take profits if you wanted to. 1K to 2K, sell out, let 1K ride, bring 1K back to the pot. Then as it keeps pushing up, right here, right, your 1K, give or take, is about $1,500, we'll just say. You know what you could do? You could sell out, bring back $500, and let 1K ride, or bring back $1,000 and let the 500 ride, right? And that way we have 2K on our side pot. Then we get a retracement, we get another buy. Since we have $500 and we're going to put 1,500 in, or we put 1,000 in, right? Or another 500. We'll just say 1,000 for simple. Now we have $1,000 on our side pot. If our average price was here and there, our average price comes up to about 70, and we now have $1,500 into the pot. At this high, right? At 120, if we're in at 70, give or take, and it's at 120, our $1,500, right, up here at this point is worth 2K. So you know what I'm about to tell you? It's worth more than that. We're just going to say 2K. Sell out, let 1K ride, and we're still basically real close to our entries, and now we got 2K back in our pot. We got $1,000 for free, collecting a dividend, and we got $1,000 or $2,000 in our pot, right? 1K for free, $2,000 in our pot. I'm going to put 2K up here. And then we want to come in and bring in another symbol, something completely different than energy, which we could say NVIDIA, we could say Tesla. What does do Tesla, right? Because we've been doing Bitcoin in the same exact area for Tesla. We do the same time frame, which was right here, right? Here is a buy. Here is another buy. Here's another buy. Here is another buy. You take your 2K, you put 1K into the pot. Now we got $1,000, right? Then it goes against us. It goes against us, and we have another 1K in the pot right here, right, on this buy. And let's just say we put all 2K in. Our average price is about 300 bucks. Then it goes against us because it's split. Then price goes up, comes down. We wait a little bit. Then as we get this parabolic push, this is our average price of $2,000. Up here, your $2,000 almost $4,000. We're just going to say $3,000. You know, I'm about to tell you, bring back $2K to the pot, right? Let $1K ride. Then price resets, comes back down, and this is our average line from before, our average cost basis. You put another $1K in, so now we have $2K, and guess what? Up here, it's worth $3K right now again, right? So your pot, right? You want to bring $2K back. Now we have $3K in the pot, right? We have $1,000 in Tesla and $1,000 in XOM. So check it out. We start off with $1,000. Now our account's at $5,000 in less than 3 years. You see the power of that? Investing in this. And the reason I did Tesla is because I knew that it didn't perform as well as some of our other stocks that we take a look at. But just for giggles, now you got enough money to add in something else to a new pot, right? And check it out. Let's just say more recently, we got a buy right here, right? We got a buy. You put 1K in. Now we have 2K. Price goes against you. Well, right here, it goes from 26 up here to 35. That's almost 50%. Then price goes against us, comes in. We got another buy. You put another 1K in. Now we got 2K. Now our cash flow pot says $1,000, and our cost basis stays right at the same. And check it out. Up here at 40, your 2K is worth 3K, right? It's worth more, but I'm undercutting it. Bring 2K back. Now we have 3K in the pot, and now we have $1,000 in Tesla, Ethereum, and XOM. You see that? But then the whole trajectory starts getting started, right? If you started way over here and you put in your $1,000 right there, your 1,000 turns into 2,000 right here. You sell out. It goes up here to another $2,000. You sell out. Then you buy it in again here. At this point, there's another $1,000. So when you start, the trajectory or the probability of you expediting your investing curve, building your generational wealth, it starts now. It starts now because there's always going to be another opportunity. Anyway, I could talk about this stuff for days. I just shown you in less than 3 years how you took $1,000 and turned it into $6,000. That's 500% return. And then as your account grows, you snowball it faster and faster and faster. Now you're starting to put $1,000 in new companies. You get 5 or 6, 10 different companies that you specifically like, and keep it rocking. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. You guys have a blessed one. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Beast Mode out.